All right, my friends, it is Wednesday, January 21st, 2026, and we have got an entirely fresh whiteboard here today that we are reporting on. The quote has been changed for the first time in a few weeks from fear always gives bad advice, which is still true, fear always gives bad advice, to ready, fire, aim. Now, this is something that is very important to me, something that I've struggled with. Like the quotes on here are mainly like notes to self and the stuff that I'm kind of struggling with at the moment, and quotes that will help me get over that. So I hope it's the same for you. What ready, fire, aim means to me is like you don't have to be perfect in your precision in order to take the shot. Like you got an idea, you go and then you figure it out. Not like get an idea, figure it out, and then think some more, and then think some more, and then think a little bit more, and then hesitate, and then don't go because you thought about it too much and now you talked your way out of doing it. So ready, fire, aim is like you've got a somewhat of a plan, go for it and adjust, because you never have complete data, honestly, until you have done something in the direction of the thing that you're looking to do. So if you don't have the perfect data, well, let's go collect some data from taking action so that it can form our next set of actions on the same thing going towards the same outcome. So it makes no sense to just sit in our ivory tower and just think. Once we don't even have to really be ready, I guess the first word doesn't matter a ton, but it's like you got the idea, you got the thought, go for it, and then figure it out as you go. So new quote on the board as of today. Woke up at 6:45 today, intended to wake up at 5:45, went to sleep around 12:30. So it did end up going really well. I'm making an adjustment to this because I've missed I don't miss my alarm when I'm traveling, because there's like emotional reasons why, and logical reasons why I have to get up, because you have to be at the client or at the event, or there's like something very important to do, so you like have to get up. This one, I have my like sunrise alarm, which ChatGPT recommended, because I told it I was like having trouble getting out of bed, and they got like this big alarm right here. But what I'm gonna do as of today is put my phone right here, because instead of like snoozing, what I'll do is straight up miss the alarms, and then I'll wake up to because these are loud alarms, by the way. Like they're like, it's like a war zone going on in there, and I still will miss them. And what I'm doing instead now is what I've been doing lately is like waking up to them turning off. So I'll just get used to having them on, like whether it's like in my dream or in my sleep, and then I'll wake up to them turning off, because they both turn off after an hour of being on. So like oftentimes I'll try to wake up at 5:45, end up waking up at 6:45, or I'll try to wake up at 3:45, end up waking up at 4:45, etc. So the change that I'm making is putting a phone with a loud alarm next to me. So like even if I had to snooze once, like that's 9 minutes and not an hour. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. We're set to wake up at 5:30. Right now it's 9:52. So we're gonna have to get a move on. This is the last thing on the agenda for today other than stretching. 6 reach outs today via Instagram. Workout was a 4-mile workout with intervals, supposed to be 7.5, but got to 6 out of the 15 speed intervals, and 3 of those sets I was feeling macro pain in my IT band. And the last time I felt this macro pain in my IT band, I pushed through it and then totally hurt it and was out for 2 months. So I had to make a conscious decision to stop about halfway through. I'm pretty glad I did, because I'd rather not be injured right now, because we're 9 weeks away, 8.5 weeks away from the Syracuse half, which is the next race that we're doing. And I'm like, this is the fastest I've ever been, so I don't want to, forfeit all of this work essentially. Deep work was assigning all of the content, so we got all 100 plus videos from our shoot in San Diego, all assigned well, like with proper project briefs, and I'm really confident all the editors are going to go in nail this. There's a lot of guys that are going to be on this project. Lots go into these big shoots. So that was the deep work for today. Then started taking calls, had a lot of good one-on-ones with team members today. That was a big shift that we had very recently, was going from department-based calls to one-on-one calls, because our department-based calls were a lot of times just answering one-on-one Q&A questions, and then like there'd be 5 people that were kind of sitting there. I'd be answering one question, get to the next one. That question wouldn't apply to anybody but that one person. So we switched it to one-on-one, so I get more direct feedback from the team. I can hear and get to know the team on a better level, because we're doing one-on-ones. So that was a big lesson for today, was starting to do one-on-ones. Those went really, really well. Surgery is one of the things I wrote down for lessons/notes, because sometimes we want to put a Band-Aid on things that require surgery. I had 2 cases of this today that popped up. One was the IT band. So I talked a little bit about, recently I went to go see my friend Mike, who runs Move You, when I was in San Diego, and I was telling him, I've had IT band problems in the past, and he's like, oh, let's go check this out, because he loves what he does and is a stone cold expert. So he goes, take your shoes and socks off. I was like, it's my knee, like, what's good? And he's like, no, trust me on this one. I was like, okay. So I take them off, and my feet are on the ground. He goes, it's your right leg, right? I was like, yeah. He goes, look, at your ankle's all off, your knee's all off. Like, there's a reason why. So my knee, like, buckles in, and as a result of my knee not being in alignment, I can't really switch to the camera right now. I'd try and show, but, like, basically as a result of my knee not being in alignment, my ankle takes a lot of pressure. And when my ankle takes a lot of pressure, that like activates the IT band much more than it should. And when you're running 30 to 50 miles a week, that's not good for the IT band. So he's like, it's only a matter, like, you can foam roll all you want, but it's only a matter of time until you get hurt again. So in this case, I wouldn't just need a foam roll. Foam roll would be the Band-Aid. The surgery, not literal surgery, but like the surgery in this instance is like realigning the knee and the leg so the ankle doesn't take as much heat every time I run. So unless I take a step back and do much more mobility and perhaps less running for the time being, I'm going to get injured again. And the same thing goes with business. Like, if there's a bunch of little shit that needs to get fixed, and instead, we're tweaking if we need to restructure the organizational chart and it's a difficult problem, and instead we work on tweaking the offer and making ads, well, that's not the thing to do. There's surgery that's required. We might have to take a step back, not take on as many clients, and instead do some hiring, restructure the org chart, and build a better onboarding process for team and clients. Like, that's the surgery that has to get done. Until then, we're gonna keep hitting our head every 2 clients we bring on. So that was the surgery. And then team one-on-ones, and then the third one is emotional reasons. Now, this is something I heard from Tony Robbins a few times, but I heard it on his podcast with Hormozi today. Basically, like, you can do things because you do them to a fault, like just working because you feel like working all day because you feel like you have to. But the real magic happens when you have emotional reasons to do something, like emotional reasons to get out of bed and make stuff happen. So it's like, I've been getting more into like the logic side, where it's like, well, yeah, we need business to grow, so I get out of bed and I work all day. Versus when I just dropped out of college, I had emotional reason to prove myself, and I was waking up, never was missing an alarm, always was up making it happen. So searching for those emotional reasons, in addition to, of course, the logical reasons, which are good. So fresh whiteboard today, fresh day. Was a good Wednesday, enjoyed it. Not a 10 out of 10 day, but with consciousness of knowing that it sounds like I'm making an excuse right now, I think it was a strong day, considering we ended up stringing together 3 nights of minimal sleep, and yesterday was a travel day, and we still got a ton done yesterday. So I think this was probably our best transition from travel to back. And it's all about getting better every day. So see you tomorrow for another chance.